You saw it here first on the Fast Lane truck. On this episode, we're gonna put an aftermarket exhaust system and uncork this brand new 2020 Ford Super Duty 7.3 liter Godzilla V8 engine. First, let me show you the engine and tell you exactly what we're gonna do. We recently purchased this truck and we're calling this long-term project Super Tremor. And under the hood here is a 7.3 liter gas V8, which is an all-new engine. Ford calls it the big block, but it's also a push rod. It's kind of an old school tech meets new school technology in this truck. And the power rating from the factory is 430 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque. Let's hear the stock exhaust system first and then take it on the highway and see how it feels on the inside before we put on the aftermarket exhaust. I'm gonna be as scientific about this as I possibly can. I have my measuring tape and the decibel meter, and I'm gonna place the decibel meter exactly 2 feet away from the exhaust. And after we do the entire system, we're gonna do this again and measure the sound level. Here we are, 2 feet, and the sound meter is pointing towards the truck. Tommy, can you help me out and actually start the engine?
Yep, so we're gonna do an idle test first, and then we're gonna rev it and see what the maximum decibels is. But first, let's just see how quiet it is when you're just idling along.
Yeah, like a work truck would be.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. So the engine first started and then it settled down into its idle RPM. And that was about 55 decibels, which is whisper quiet. I think a mouse is louder than that. Now we're gonna give it the beans and measure the maximum decibel level. There you have it, 100.8 decibels. That's not too bad for a stock system. Pretty good. So the stock system on the 7.3 liter gas V8 is both simple and complex. It's got several different muffler sections and a couple of resonators. And we're hoping to streamline it a little bit, make it sound better, but also not drony. I don't want any drone on the highway. All right, here I am in the truck, getting on the highway, and I'm gonna measure the sound inside the cab at the highway speed. And I'm on my way to Monster Muffler, our local muffler shop, to help us do this installation. A truck like this, an F-250, is a work truck. But for a long-term Super Tremor project, we have big plans of making this truck kind of do two things really well. One of them is being an off-road truck, and another one being a heavy-duty truck, but also a truck that we can take on long road trips across the country. So this exhaust system should not only provide great sound, a little bit extra performance, but also be easy to live with on a daily basis. Okay, here we go. I set my cruise control at 60 miles an hour. There's nobody around me. My mirrors are in their standard position, not extended. And here we go. "61 decibels? That's really remarkable. Usually anything under 70 decibels at highway speed is really good. When we did our Ram Rebel Rouser project, the stock sound level inside the cab was about the same as this, 61. I'm talking to you at about 83 decibels right now, kind of a normal conversation. So this is amazing because it's a work truck. It does share its cab with the F-150 and it has some of the same insulation and acoustics. But 61 decibel stock highway sound level, it's really, really good. Now let's see what it sounds like under full acceleration stock. 71 decibels? That's not that loud actually. Nice and calm, but I want to hear it more when I put my foot down. That's the whole point of going with an aftermarket system. Oh yes, the new exhaust system looks great, especially the twin tips. But first, let me show you what was removed here at the muffler shop, Monster Muffler. First of all, this big heavy stock muffler is now gone. Also, oh, this is pretty heavy. Part of the exhaust system is also gone, and one of the resonators. But what we did put on was a Flowmaster 50 series big block muffler. Of course, it's not here, it's underneath. And we're going for some deep sound, but not annoying sound. Now let me show you the 50 series Flowmaster right down here. And you can see Dan at the Monster Muffler actually painted it. So there shouldn't be much corrosion going on right now. 3-inch inlet, and then he did 3-inch outlets, but duals on this side. And we kept the resonators in the front. This video is not brought to you by anybody else. Flowmaster didn't pay us to do this system. We paid for it ourselves. $598.32. And we just want to see exactly how the system works. Of course, we did a research, Borla, MagnaFlow, I mean everything, but I think this is a solution.
Yeah, and Alex, if you want to pen over, once again, not paying us, but Dan at Monster Muffler here in Berthoud, Colorado does really great work. Be sure to check him out and give him a holler if you need any exhaust work done, because he's just an old school muffler guy. He does just great jobs.
He knows so much.
Yes, so knowledgeable. Okay, ready, Andre?
Yeah, so first impression. Oh yeah. Okay. The look we're going for is kind of a first gen V8 Ford SVT Raptor with the dual outlets here on the passenger side. And I think it looks great, especially polished tips. And it kind of reminds you of the Power Stroke diesel, but you could tell if you know this is not a diesel. All right, let's get to the numbers. Once again, I'm gonna put my little tripod with the sound meter 2 feet away from the exhaust. Right here, 2 feet. And let's measure idle first, and then full revs. Tommy, once again?
Yep.
Alright, it's settled at about 69 decibels, which is quite a bit more than 55 we had before. But now I'm gonna let Tommy rev the engine completely and see what we have there. Oh yeah, 106.3 decibels as compared to about 100 decibels. 6 decibel is not a huge increase, but now I gotta get it on the highway and see how it sounds on the road and if it's being a little bit annoying or just nice. All right guys, just as before, I'm in normal mode. I set the cruise control to the same speed, 60 miles an hour. So let's actually measure and see the sound. Can you see the sound? No, let's listen. .7. It was 61 before. That's not too bad, but I could hear a little bit of a deeper tone. That's exactly what we wanted. All right, I'm gonna do an acceleration sound check for you guys. Once again, normal mode. Here we go.
You're good. .5 decibels. That's not much different from 71, but I can tell the tone is different. It sounds almost like a first gen Raptor.
I like that.
Alright, well there you have it. Let us know in the comment section below, what do you think? Did we make it loud enough? We still have some resonators we can chop out, but I think it's got that nice low-end grumble we're looking for, and it's got just enough of that high end where you can hear that 7.3 liter scream. Yes, it's a little bit tame, but we're gonna have to hook up a trailer to it and tow it up by 70 to see how it drones, because that's gonna be the big question. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, head over to tfltruck.com for the latest and greatest in 7.3 liter exhaust note sounds.